Hello students, today we are starting about the advanced lecture on the topic of chapter number 1, that is matter in our surrounding. We will study here in this advanced lecture about the study of gas laws. We have learnt about in the chapter that there are three states of matter. Mostly there are three states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. If we see the arrangement of the molecules in the solid, liquid and gas, we can see that in the case of solid they are having a fixed pattern but they are vibrating. But in liquid we can see that they are packed close together but in a random motion, and they are allowed to move here and there. And in case of gas, they are widely spread and they are moving at a greater speed. If we generally see the gas molecules, how they are arranged, there is an interparticle space which is very large in comparison to liquid and solid, and also they are having less attraction between the molecules, and due to these two properties we will study the gas laws. And also gases have a unique property. All gases show uniform behavior at similar condition. What is the condition? Temperature and pressure, irrespective of their chemical nature or color or odor. So you have to keep this thing in mind, and this is why these gases follow the gas laws. Now, what you have to remember that temperature and pressure are the two major factors which are affecting on the gases. How? By increasing the pressure we can decrease the volume of the gas, or by increasing the temperature we can increase the volume of the gas. That means if we increase the pressure, the volume of the gas becomes decreased, and if we increase the temperature, then what will happen? The volume of gas also increases. That means this temperature and pressure are the two deciding factors for volume of the gas. Now we will study the gas laws. These laws are followed by gases, as I have already told you. These laws are known for the ideal gas. What are ideal gases? Generally all gases are real gases. It is very difficult for the gas to be ideal. Now what is ideal? Actually the gases which follow kinetic theory of gases are known as ideal gases. Now what is kinetic theory of gas? Gases are those states of matter in which interparticle spaces are huge. That means that you have seen in the diagram that the spaces between the or interparticle spaces between the particles of gas is very large, and their particle size is also negligible. That means it is not possible. Their space is not large and particle size is not negligible. That is why these are means many gases are real gases, not the ideal gases. Now collisions between them are highly elastic. The collisions which is taking place in case of ideal gases, they are highly elastic. Now what is elastic? Elastic collisions means, see, if A and B are the two particles of gas molecules, and if they are colliding, because they are having kinetic energy, so they will collide and they will come to one place, and after collision if they get apart, there is no loss of kinetic energy, then this is called as elastic collision. Now if we see that they are not getting apart, then that collision is termed as inelastic collision, and at this stage this molecule will lose the kinetic energy. Now we will just learn about the four laws in detail. First law is Boyle's law, second is the Charles law, third is the Gay-Lussac's law, and fourth is the Avogadro law. One by one we will study all these four laws. Now first is the Boyle's law. What Boyle's did? Boyle's was the scientist who has related pressure with volume. He has taken a container in which a volume of gas is filled. Now, he has observed that if pressure is increased, the container which is filled with the volume of gas is increased with the pressure. That means pressure is increasing. Now, what will happen? This piston will come down from P1 to P2, we can say. Then what will happen? The volume of gas which was V1 will become V2. That means the area, the interparticle spaces will be less in case of when pressure is more. So this all will have a, we can say, this will just get together, this will be packed together, there will be no more spaces as in case of V1. Now there is a huge role of pressure on the volume. We can say that. Why? Because by increasing the pressure we are decreasing the volume of gas. So here Boyle noted that if we he noted that if we can take fixed amount of gas at constant temperature, then the volume of gas will depend on pressure. What was the statement given by Boyles from the experiment? That at constant temperature the volume of the given mass of gas will be inversely proportional to its pressure. That means if you increase the, if a volume is there and if you are decreasing the pressure, then volume will be more, and if pressure is more, then volume will be less. That means volume is inversely proportional to pressure at constant temperature. So what is the condition? That your pressure should be constant. Now if we go just summarize this equation, then P will go here and it will become PV, then it will be the constant quantity, we will write PV equal to constant. Or we can say if P1 was there and it changed to P2, then V1 will change to V2, and this differences will be constant. The values of these P1 upon V1 and P2 upon V2 will be constant. So these are the thing which is followed by ideal gases. Okay, not all the real gases follow this. Now I am explaining this Boyle's law with the help of a graph. We are having three graphs. One by one we will study. Now first we are having a graph which is between volume and pressure. In this it is very clearly understood that if you are increasing the pressure, that means from P1 to P2, P2 to P3, so if your pressure is increasing, then see your volume is decreasing. So we will get the curve here. Now if we see the second graph, what it is telling, that whatever the pressure you are increasing from 1 to 7, suppose your PV, the value of PV will be constant. Why? Because we have studied that PV equal to constant. So your product of pressure and volume will be just constant. Whatever the pressure you are applying, it will not affect the value of PV. Now third graph, if you are increasing the pressure, then inverse of volume will be increased. Why? Because it is not a volume. It is not a volume. If you have even seen in this figure, it is inverse of volume. That means the opposite value of volume. So you will get a straight line, not a curve. That means if you increase the pressure, your one, that is inverse of volume, will also increase. This was the Boyle's law. Now next is the Charles law. What Charles told? He told that the volume of gas is directly related to absolute temperature. Absolute temperature means the temperature which is having minimum amount of energy. The system is having minimum amount of energy, and that temperature is calculated on the basis of Kelvin scale, that is from 0 Kelvin scale. So when there is no change in the pressure or amount of gas, so what you have to fix, that there should be no change in the pressure or your amount of gas should be also fixed, then only this Charles law will be followed. Now what he told, at constant pressure, V, that is volume, will be directly proportional to temperature. Or if we take this T here, then V upon T becomes constant. Again if V1 and T1 is there, then V2 T2 becomes the constant. That means the difference of V1 upon T1 and V2 upon T2 will be constant. Now we can conclude that at temperature, if temperature is increased, then volume also increases. Means if you'll increase the temperature, the volume of the gas will also occupy more and more spaces at constant pressure. So we can say that volume and temperature are directly proportional to each other. We will see this with the help of a diagram. If there is lower temperature, that means if we have not supplied much temperature here and smaller volume is there, okay, so if we see that this is V1 and T1, then if we increase the temperature, then what will happen? If it is increased, see lines with the dark line, temperature is represented. So if temperature is increased, then what will happen? See the area of the gas which is occupying. In this case it was very small, because the volume of gas was small, and here it is white, it is quite wide, okay, that means it is having a large volume of gas. So if lower temperature, smaller volume is there. If higher temperature, then volume of a gas will be increased. Why? Because why it is happening? Because the gaseous molecules, when they will acquire more temperature, then they will just heat each other and they will push each other towards the wall of the container, due to which the volume of the gas will be increased. It is very simple. As the temperature increases, volume increases, because faster molecules collide and pushes each other further apart. So this is the reason the volume of the gas which was less, it becomes large. Graphical representation for the Charles law. In this same, if temperature is increasing, then volume of the gas is also increasing. Why? Because we have seen that if temperature is increased, the molecule of the gaseous particle will be colliding each other and they are forcing each other to increase the volume of gas. So we will get the straight line here, and we know that volume is directly proportional to temperature, so we will get a straight line. Now if we take the inverse of this, V upon T, then it is known that according to Charles' law that V by T equals to constant. So if we increase the temperature also, then there will be no effect on the values of the V by T. So we will get the constant value. Now if we see the volume with respect to inverse of temperature, then what will happen? It will decrease. Means if you increase the temperature, that is 1 upon T, it is actually decreasing, so your volume will also decrease, because it is not a temperature, it is the inverse of temperature. So if inverse of temperature is increasing, then volume will be decreased, okay. You will not get a straight line, you will get a curve here. Now we will study about the next law, that is your Gay-Lussac's law. This Gay-Lussac's law is also known as pressure temperature law. Why? Because Gay-Lussac has correlated the pressure with temperature. He stated that at constant volume, pressure exerted by the gas is directly proportional to absolute temperature. That I have already told you. That means the pressure is directly related to the absolute temperature at constant volume. Your volume will be constant here. Now if we bring this T downwards, then P upon T will be constant. Again P1 T1 equal to P2 T2 equal to constant. These are the values which will be constant throughout. Now if we understand this Gay-Lussac's law with the help of diagram, it is very easy. See, if we have taken a container and volume of gas is in both the case it is same, okay, we are not changing any volume. So if we have seen that no temperature is, we have not changed any temperature, at constant temperature we have taken here, then what will happen? At absolute temperature, that the volume of gas was fixed. Now what is happening here? If we are increasing the temperature, then what will happen? The pressure which was 2 becomes 4. That means if temperature is increased, that molecule which is present here, that will collide each other, and they will just increase the pressure on the container, due to which in this we will get the value changed. So pressure will, this will indicate, the value change will indicate that the pressure is increasing. Now here the graphical representation of Gay-Lussac's law, that if you increase the temperature then your pressure will be increased. So this was the Gay-Lussac's law, that by increasing the temperature the pressure on the gas will be increased. Here we are having the fourth law, that is your Avogadro law. What it states that the volume of a gas is directly related to the number of moles of a gas. Number of moles of a gas means the 1 mole of a substance is the quantity of substance equal to its atomic mass. For example, if we see that 1 mole of carbon will be equal to the atomic mass of the carbon, that is your 12. So we will just say that 1 mole of carbon equal to 12. Now here temperature and pressure are kept constant. What is the condition here? That you have to take care about the temperature and pressure, that should be constant. Now he related the volume, that volume is directly proportional to number of moles of a gas. Then if we bring this n downwards, we will get the constant value. Again V1 by n1, V2 by n2 equal to constant. Here you have to just make sure that this n should be small, because whenever you are mentioning about the number of moles, it is always small n. Now a small graphical representation is there, that if number of moles are increasing, then volume of gas will also increase. It is very simple, because it is directly proportional to each other, that is why. And if V by N, because we know that it is a constant quantity, volume upon number of moles is a constant quantity. So if you increase the number of moles also, then the value of the V by N will not change, it will remain constant. So up till here we have learned about all the 4 laws. Thank you so much.